I'm spicing up the old classic mac and cheese. Now, mac and cheese by itself is absolutely delicious, but this is something that I've tried recently and it is even better. It certainly takes it to the next level. I'm spicing it up with some red curry paste. It works a treat. First up, let's melt some butter for our cheesy spicy sauce. So we'll add that to a pan, a saute pan is fine. While that's melting away, some spring onions. Now I'm going to reserve these tops for later because they're fantastic to make a lovely garnish. I'll pop them to one side, and then the white and light green part we're just going to chop up. And I'm using these because they've got a subtle onion flavour. Okay, they can go in with the butter, and we just want to cook them off for a moment. And now we can add our Thai red curry paste. This one's all natural, so no preservatives, and it has all those wonderful flavours that resonate with Thai cuisine. So think red chilies, galangal, lemongrass. You can add as much or as little as you like. I like about a tablespoon of the Thai red curry paste, and as soon as it hits that butter, it smells sensational. Now you do want to cook this off for a moment before we start adding the flour. So fry it off, and then this is where it gets interesting because we're going to add some flour. Now this is going to thicken up our cheesy sauce. So in with our flour, and we do want to cook off the rawness of the flour. At this stage, it's called making a roux, so it's a combination of the butter and the flour. Now that the flour has cooked off, we can slowly add in our milk. So you want to do this at the beginning, little by little. So a small amount, and then give it a stir, and even transfer over to a whisk. We don't want any lumps in this, so a nice stir. And once that forms a smooth paste, then we can add a little bit more of the milk. We can then turn the heat up and continually add that milk until we've got a lovely, thick bechamel style sauce. This sauce is quite thick, that's what we're after. I can turn the heat off. I've also grated a lot of cheese. It is mac and cheese after all, so lots of cheese. I like to use a combination of mature cheddar and a hint of mozzarella so it goes slightly stringy. So the mixture of both is fantastic for this. And we can add our pasta. Now I'm using macaroni, so just a small, short pasta into some rapidly boiling water. So in with our pasta. And because they're so small, they won't take too long at all to cook. Also a good pinch of salt. I'll just give that a quick mix just to separate the macaroni. And we want it to be al dente, so don't overcook it. And that's why I always like to cook my pasta after the sauce is ready to go so it can all come together right at the end. Now, while the pasta is cooking, I'm not going to waste these spring onion tops. They make fantastic garnish. So what I like to do is just cut the little tops off, and just the tip of your knife, cut that open, turn it around so it's flat, cut it in half, and then you can just top them like this. Have some ice water on standby. This is totally optional, but I always find that it's a really nice way to present. So finely slice the spring onions, and you'll have these long strips, but in order for them to curl, pop them in that icy water, and you'll see in moments they'll start to curl up. It's a nice little tip so nothing goes to waste. All right, everything is coming together, so it's time to add all our cheese to our red curry sauce. Lots of cheese. So the cheddar in first and the mozzarella. And then we'll give that a mix. You can even turn the heat off at this stage. We just want the residual heat in there to melt it away. Oh, this in itself is so delicious. Yum. All right, pasta is al dente, so we can add that directly from the pot into the saute pan. And I do want some of that starchy water to go into the pan just to make it extra saucy. And there are two options to serve this. You could place this into a baking dish, more cheese on top, and then bake it. I'm not actually going to do that step. I'm going to serve it as is. And this is my favourite part, just bringing the whole thing together. That spicy, cheesy sauce. Look at all that. Oh, it's going to be delightful. Fantastic. All right, let's plate this up. Generous bowl of this. So cheesy. Oh, yes. And then our little garnish of our spring onions. Just shake away that excess water. See how they've curled up so nicely? That's what we're after. And then we'll garnish our mac and cheese. Now, you don't want to be waiting with mac and cheese. You want to eat it while it's still piping hot and gooey. I'm most intrigued about tasting that red Thai curry paste. You know what? I think I'm onto something very clever here. That is going to break the internet. It is that delicious. If you like mac and cheese as is, take it up a notch and add some Thai red curry paste. Yum!